Hello everybody, Glass Half Dead here. Very quickly, I'm doing another giveaway for no reason. Once again, you don't have to be a patron, you don't have to be a subscriber, you don't have to like the video, you don't have to dislike the video, you just have to leave a comment and you will win something. This is a model from a miniatures range. I reckon some of you have seen it and have instantly said, oh yeah, I know that. I built it yesterday. I built it last week. These are so difficult to do. Whoever answers first correctly what this model is, I will send you a comment saying contact me on Discord, and I will send you a set of my objective markers and tell me what faction you play, and if I have any bits and bobs lying around for that faction, I'll chuck them in the post as well. And yeah, so which model is this? What's it from? Win free objective markers and possibly something else. And now, on with the rest of the video. It's a big old ramble because my gosh, I can't focus, probably because I've got a fever and I'm about to die from coronavirus. Hello everybody, it's Glass Half Dead here, and today I'm going to be talking about not the coronavirus, but how that affects us as wargamers. So obviously, the big thing that's happened is Adepticon isn't going ahead, it's been cancelled, and if I may speculate highly, I wouldn't be at all surprised if the Warhammer Fest is going to be cancelled as well. I'm just saying the UK isn't taking the corona threat particularly seriously, which means we're going to have an explosion of cases in the next month. So expect any upcoming events to be cancelled. With that in mind, how could we play this game without meeting people? That's the big thing, isn't it? Obviously, it would be great to say, oh, we can't, let's just go play more games. That's a great answer. But that's, Adepticon's cancelled. Let's just play more games. Adepticon was cancelled for a reason, which is we shouldn't be meeting in person. So how could we get through that? I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. Here's what we should do. Number one, join my Patreon. No, that was a joke. That was a joke. I mean, do that, but my channel, I'm hoping to kind of throw the content your way to give you ideas all of this week. I'm trying to do at least 4 videos for you. Obviously, today's one. Tomorrow, I'm hoping to have a live stream with Will Hungerford. He's the lead game designer for Privateer Press. We're going to have a little chat about Warcaster. But also, that's going to be the first half of the interview, promoting their new game. But also, we're going to talk a lot about just game design in general. Kind of lead into, hey, why did you do this? Not just, oh, you did this, that's really cool. Like, why did you do this? How do you think that could be applied to other things? So I think anyone that's interested in game design in general, and yes, I'm going to be asking him questions, hopefully, if he answers them, about Warhammer, 40k games as well. Games Workshop games, that's what that's called. Also, obviously, join in. It's going to be at 8 p.m. GMT. I think that's the time. Join in the chat. I'm going to be streaming on YouTube, not Twitch. And if you want to ask him any questions, feel free. Then on Wednesday, I'm going to be doing my marble-based tutorial. I've just finished filming that. I ramble for 10 minutes, but it's a really great, easy way to do marble bases. Hopefully that would inspire you guys a little bit, because of course, if you can't meet people, how do you still get involved in the game? You hobby, right? Now let's also talk about the kind of weird thing. Play other games. That's another way to keep yourself occupied, right? So skipping away from this. Oh, I should have gone over all of this when I was mentioning the marble bases, shouldn't I? Ignore all of that. Yep. I don't know why this is here. They're awesome looking Necron models though, aren't they? From Wargame Exclusive. I saw them and I thought, God damn, I just have to buy those. If I'm not saying I'm going to do a Necron army, but if I do, those are the immortals I'm going to use, right? They're just better in every possible way. Oh my god. Anyway, I've decided, and I've mentioned this on the channel a few times, I want to start playing 40k. I've been thinking this for the past few months, and I've been back and forth so much on which army to go into it with. Ultimately, I'm probably going to end up with 2 or 3 armies. I really want to have one that I can just say, okay, Even if I don't like the game, I just want to go hang out with friends or something. Here we go. I've got 2,000 points. It's not competitive, but I can play the game, right? Tyranids are the ones I went with. And I'm actually going to do a video about why I went with Tyranids over everything else. So I'm not going to go into it too much here. But basically, it's actually kind of linked to the Necrons here. In this, if I were to go Necrons, I now genuinely want to buy these bodies for every Immortal I would use. Maybe even Lichguard as well, right? And Praetorians, these are just better models. Why would I use the basic Immortal Lichguard bodies where these exist? And that's the same for lots of Imperial Guard as well. Even Marines, they're a great third party. Chaos as well. Lots. Tyranids are Tyranids. As far as I'm aware, and actually this is a bit of a question to you guys, are there third party Tyranids? I don't know of any. Obviously there are aliens, right, which are xenomorph aliens. I'm not interested in that look. Don't care. Doesn't interest me. But these, if you want to play Tyranids, you buy Tyranids. If every other faction in 40k, there are third-party models that are better than the Games Workshop models. And I would buy them, and then that annoys me because I would be unable to use them in a Games Workshop store or at Warhammer World. So I would have to double up. I would have to buy the third-party models that I actually want to play with, and then the official models that I can play with if I go to those big tournaments at Warhammer World or whatever. Tyranids, that's just not the case. Tyranids are Tyranids. That was actually quite a large part of my thinking. Also, you know what? I'm getting sidetracked. That's for its own video. I'm going to go really in depth on Tyranids. I'm actually going to be asking you guys for a lot of help. I don't really know 40k. I know lots in general, but specifics, it's not really my thing. So I'm going to be asking, like, what paint scheme should I do? Hopefully I'll show you a few little different examples. What should I play as my first 500 points? How should I escalate that, etc., etc. And then, of course, I'll get sidetracked again. So I want to play 40k. I'm also interested in Warcaster. So I'm hoping to just really kind of soak up over the next month or two different games. And yes, that still includes Games Workshop games, 40k, maybe a bit of Necromunda. I'm going to talk about that all in another video. But Warcaster, Infinity, some people have mentioned. But what about for those of us that are just kill team diehards and we don't really like the hobby, we don't want to go to 40k, we don't want to play Warcaster? What do? TTS, Tabletop Simulator. I am not at the point where I could give you a guide to it or even do a battle report in TTS. Those videos exist. Just search Tabletop Simulator, Kill Team. Things will come up. Behind me now, this side now, you see what I think is the best guide I have ever seen to Tabletop Simulator, and specifically how to set it up for Kill Team Warhammer, etc. It's by Zoran the Bear. I'll put a link in the description below. If you're interested in Tabletop Simulator, check his video out. It's really good. It makes everything look almost easy. Almost fast to play. I'm skeptical. I haven't played it yet, but when I do eventually get around to setting all of this up, I will be using his video to do it. So go check that out. If those of you that don't know, Tabletop Simulator is just kind of a bit of a sandbox game engine where you can create your own models, assets, etc., and port them in, and it just provides a very generic rule set. So there's a little bit of back and forth between you and your opponent about, I have moved these here, this is what that means. It's not a system designed specifically to play Warhammer or Kill Team in. You can play anything in it, but because of that, it doesn't have all the functionality of a really smooth, streamlined game. But because we are all stuck in coronavirus hell, I would recommend picking it up, and why not? It's normally really cheap. I think it's £15 normally, and it's very, very regularly on sale. So definitely check it out. Later this week, I'm also going to do a little video on London Grand Tournament, and I've decided something about, so the secondaries are gold. Obviously, I need to actually put that pack out, but I like eliminating secondaries. I'm all for that. I think that's a really great system. However, the primary is I've had a rethink on that, and I'm going to explain in a video coming out hopefully this week my reasoning behind that, and hopefully, yeah, I've got a little bit to say on that. I also want to have a little chat about the difference between, so I recently did a poll in my community tab. Feel free to go there and answer the poll if you haven't, which is talking about the different, or I'm asking you, are you a competitive player or a narrative player? But I think I worded that terribly, and what I really meant was, are you a matched play player or are you an open play? No, narrative play player. Because to me those are quite different. I would also like to have a little chat after the LGT about the next thing I want to do going forwards. I want to create a tournament pack that is very asymmetrical and therefore is a bit of a narrative pack, but still focused at competitive players. Again, I'm going to go into a whole video about what exactly the differences there mean and define a bunch of things there. And I guess finally, I was actually hoping today's video, which has become a bit of a generic, hey, look out for the week ahead video, I was actually hoping it was going to be me discussing with Patreons, again streaming to the channel, YouTube live, so everybody could join in and ask questions. A little bit of a community get-together, because if you're in my Discord, you know that there is the rules channel and there is the official FAQ email channel where everybody has put their rules questions that nobody has come up with a correct answer for, which had originally been intended to just email to the developers of the game. We were going to do it as a community, it was going to be a thing. However, blah 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 stuff happened, and now it is in the developers' hands. Every single question in there, the developers have that document. In theory, the developers are going to ask the community, probably through my Discord, but in whatever way they want, to, how do you feel about Kill Team? What do you want Kill Team to be? That kind of thing. And today's video was meant to be us answering that. But obviously with Adepticon being shut down, they have other things on their mind, so they haven't quite gotten around to getting that feedback, the question feedback to us. Which is why hopefully that's going to come later in the week. But if I had to guess, it might not come till next week, maybe the week after. But that will be a video at some point where I'm going to stream it live to YouTube. So hopefully you guys can give all your feedback at the same time as me just going through all of the questions they ask. If they ask any questions, they might not, who knows. So everybody, bit of a rambly video there, and as you can see, I was editing this and realised I forgot to say goodbye. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope that my videos will entertain you for at least a little bit over the coming week. And I don't know how you feel, but I'm actually really excited to try and have a bit of a game dev chat with Will Hungerford. And I'm pretty hyped for Tyranids, I've got to be honest. Anyway, this has been Glass Half Dead, and I hope that you have had a good day and continue to have a good day. Goodbye.